interrupt them. Oh, sorry.
Hey guys, it's Janell Garcia, and today I'm in PE with my best friend Taiz, and yeah! Okay, like I said, I'm in PE and I'm bored, so I decided to make a YouTube video, which is called 5 creepy things that we have experienced with weird guys. Right? 5 weird things that we have experienced.
It's just about guys?
Well, with creepy people. Yeah, with creepy people. So, 5 things we've experienced with creepy people. Yeah? Yeah. Alright. So, I don't really have anything to rant about, so, yeah. This is my best friend. That's all I gotta say. Let's get to it. Number 1. Okay, once I was coming home from school and I stayed like a little bit later. So I went. It was like probably like 5, 6, and it was already getting dark. But it was the sun was just barely setting, and I was walking at home when some guy, like, his car stops right in front of me. I was walking and he just stops right in front of me, and I was on my phone and I didn't see him, but I looked up and I see there's this car right in front of me, and I'm like, can you move? Like, I'm trying to pass and I don't want to go around because I'm that lazy. And next thing you know, I literally wasn't even paying attention to him. I just wanted to go home, so I didn't even focus on the thing. But he asked me, he's like, is Burbank that way? And I was like, is Burbank that way? I was thinking at it, right? And I looked away from the guy. I was looking at the guy's face, I guess. And then next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, Burbank is that way. So I turn around, and when I didn't really look at him, but I saw that something move underneath his car, and it was his penis. Literally, he had no pants on, and once I saw that, I was just like, okay, and I walked away. And then the car left, and I was like, did this nigga really just have no pants on? And yeah, that's probably like number 1 on my list.
And number 2, the creepiest thing that's happened to me. So I was at the grocery store and I was just like looking for cupcakes because I was gonna make cupcakes, like the cupcake mix. And then this guy, he's been like looking at me in the aisle, so I went to a different aisle, and then I see that he's like following me and he's like not putting anything, and when I look, he like pretends that he wasn't looking at me, and then he just like randomly he comes up to me and he's like, are you my daughter? And I'm like, what? I was like, I'm sorry, but you're mistaken, sir. I am not your daughter. You're not my father, for sure. And he's like, yeah, you are my daughter. You're my long lost daughter. And I'm like, cut it out. I'm not your daughter. And then suddenly he gets like his wallet. And I'm like, oh no, what is he trying to do? And then I thought he was going to give me like his number or something, but he takes out a photo of me. And I'm like, Lord Jesus. And then I was so scared. I was like, no, I'm sorry. I got to go home. This isn't true. Like, please. And then I just like go home, and then I tell my mom. And then she was like, yeah, you're adopted. No, she told me to describe the picture, and then I described it to her, and then she's like, no, that I put that on Facebook. He probably just got it off of Facebook. And I was just like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Number 3. Okay, so this happened to me not so long ago. I went to go get this product for my hair at Sally's, and what's it called? There was this guy, right? I went in the bus, and I was waiting for the bus when there was this guy. He was just standing there, and I didn't think of him like as in a bad way, like, oh my gosh, he's scary or anything like that. But he was just standing there on the phone. I didn't think he was looking at me. I maybe gave him the wrong impression because I was looking that way. I was looking for the bus if it was coming. But next thing you know, he starts getting closer to me, like really, really close. And then like after 5 minutes of pretending to get closer each second, he asks me, he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then he turns around and he just pretends he's on his phone, and then he's like, do you need help? I was like, no, I'm fine. And then okay, so he walks like a little bit more past me. I thought he was gonna leave, but then he says, what's your name? And I'm like, I didn't want to tell him my name because, like, I don't even know who this guy is, and he's asking for my name. And I said, Amanda. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then a few minutes later, he's still there. He hasn't gone away. He asks me, you want to come with me? And I'm like, oh, hell no. And I couldn't have, like, done anything because my phone, literally, I swear this, it was dead. It had died. And what's it called? I couldn't call the police or anything, but I told him, I was like, no, I don't want to go with you. And then he stopped asking me, like, after twice he asked me. And then the third time he asked me, he's like, come on, Amanda, let's go. And I was like, I'm going to call the police if you don't leave me alone. And then he's like, okay, Amanda. And I was like, what a weirdo. And he just stayed there, right? And after a little bit, he left. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank God he didn't do anything because I didn't have a phone to call the police. And
okay, so the fourth story that's like pretty creepy is when we were at a sleepover together. She was sleeping over at my house. It was my birthday. I think I was in 6th grade. I was turning 10 or something, or 11, I don't remember. And then, okay, so she like had her iPod and she connected to like this random guy's Wi-Fi because I didn't have Wi-Fi yet. So she was like, we just watched the movie Smiley, and then how in Smiley you say Homo the Lows like 3 times, and then like Smiley comes and he like kills you. So she gets the smart idea to try it out. So I'm like, oh my god, no. But she was like, oh come on, it's just a movie, it's fake, you know. So then we go on Omegle. We go like on my computer. It was like late at night. It was like 12 in the morning. And then so we go on Omegle and we put video chat. And then the guy must have, like, the person, whatever who it was, must have read our minds that we were going to put Homo the Low. So he writes Homo the Lows 3 times. And we're like, oh my god. And we didn't want to stop it because we just wanted to see, like, what would happen. But then it turned, like, all black, the screen of the video chat thing. So we're like, oh my god, yeah, let's stop. So then we stopped it. And then we didn't, like, sleep that night because we were scared that Smiley was going to come and kill us.
You guys are recording?
Yes, they are. Don't interrupt them. Oh, sorry. Number 5. This is like the one you've all been waiting for. Okay, my smartass downloaded this Whisper app that it was to like talk to other people like that are near you, right? So I posted a status, I guess, and I put I was 14? 13, right? 13. I put 13-year-old teenager living in North Hollywood. Hit me up, sorry. And then and then some guy messages me, and he was from Long Beach? Long Beach. He was from Long Beach, and that's not even close to where I was, but he was like, oh, hey, you live in North Hollywood? And I was like, yeah, okay. And then he was like, send me a picture of you. And I did. I don't know why. But I sent him a picture of me, and then he's like, oh, you're really pretty. I was like, thank you. And then what's it called? I was just playing with him, right? And then he says, he's like, let me come over. And then I was like, all right. And so I give him not my address because he knew how I was, so I was like, if he's serious, like, about to come over, I don't want him to come to my house. So I gave him her address, and then what's it called? He's like, oh, okay, let me shower. I'll be there in an hour. And then what's it called? I tell her about everything, and she like message him to shave himself. And then I did, and I was like, come clean. And he's like, oh, that'll take longer. And I was like, it's okay, it's worth it. So I guess he really thought that we were gonna have it, and I don't know. Next thing you know, what's it called? She calls me and she's like, oh my gosh, Janell, there's the guy's here. And I was like, what? And I check the Whisper app, and he messaged me. He's like, where are you? And I was like, he's like, what apartment is it? And then I was like, oh my gosh. I tell him there's this girl, we didn't like her in the apartment of hers, and I tell her it was number 2, and I was like, oh, I live in number 2. And then what's it called? She saw that we were on the phone, we were talking about it, and she saw that he was gonna knock on their door, and he was looking through her window. So next thing you know, I message him, what's it called? I message him to like go away, that I'm not home. And what's it called? Taiz was looking in the window trying to see him, and then what happened?
So I was like looking through the window. I just like finished showering. I was like, because I sleep in like big shirts, just big shirts. So I was like in a big shirt, like my hair wet, and like it must have looked like I was home alone. So I was like on the phone calling her, looking through like my window, trying to look at him, and I see this like man. He's like looking like at through the window of apartment 2, and I'm just like looking at him, like telling her what's happening. I'm like, oh my god, he's actually here, and he's like about to knock. But then I guess he notices that the girl's family's there, so he's like iffy, and he doesn't like end up knocking. He's just like looking around, trying to see like trying to find her, right? And then he looks straight at me. He like turns and he looks at me, and then he's just looking. And then I'm like so thankful my dad was right next to him. He like starts looking at the window too, because he was like, my dad, he was like, what are you looking at? And I'm just like, nothing. And the guy, he like just sees me, but then like my dad comes in, and then he like turns on, he's like that. So he left after that, and I was like, I was really grateful because I could have gotten raped.
And thank you all for watching. Hope you guys like these 5 weird, creepy stories about our experiences. Stay tuned for Janell Friday. I will be posting. Yeah, hashtag Janell Friday. I will be posting this Friday, for sure. And yeah, this is just a warm-up video. Yeah, I'm totally posting this. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.
Shout out.
Bye.